Hello, beautiful people. All right. I'm trying to be a little quiet because my toddler has been resisting going to sleep. Let me know if any other parents are having that trouble lately. Um, but my baby is asleep, so that is thrilling. Anyways, this is our new weekly day and time for the Facebook Lives because I like the energy of Mondays. And then I'm hoping this session with me can help you set the tone for your Monday. You can have some badass mindset and coaching to support you throughout the week. So it'll be here in this free Facebook group every Monday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You are welcome to ask questions at any time. They can be about frickin' anything related to building an online business that you love, healing arts work in the world, spiritual entrepreneur businesses, those sorts of things. Go ahead and ask me. Say hi if you're joining. I'd love to say hi back to you. And welcome to the first ever Monday night, 8:30 p.m. Rebel coaching session. And I wanted to talk today about something I posted on my personal page. So if you didn't already go and scope the color block over there today, what I was sharing is a standard marketing fact. The marketing gurus have done all the studies, and basically it takes, hey Melissa, thanks for tuning in. Basically, it takes people between 7 to 11 times of seeing your product or your service before they're ready to buy. And maybe even before they reach out. And definitely 7 to 11 times of following up. Hey, Kara, in order for people to know that your stuff's for them. 7 to 11. So I know when we're sharing our work in the world, it can feel like, ugh, oh my God, everybody knows about it already. My family's so sick of me. You know, my clients are going to mute me. People are going to unfriend me. They're going to unfollow me. Like, none of this is working, right? But people need to see it 7 different times. Facebook told me, yay. Hey, Deneen, thanks for joining in. Yeah, so 7 times. When was the last time you shared 7 times about your offer, about your program, about your service, about your products, right? Go scroll back through your Facebook feed or through your group or through your Instagram. When you're selling a program or a service or an offer, the number one mistake I see new online business owners making is not sharing it enough. Not sharing it enough, right? Because people need to see it again and again and again. Honestly, this is a challenge I gave myself. I would love to challenge you to do it as well. Yesterday, go Angela. And what about today? But you're doing it. I'm picking on Angela because she's in my mastermind of like, what about today, woman? You've got this. And like, how often can you share the same damn thing flipped around differently? So you hear this a lot in rooms where a wise master is teaching, someone who knows their craft, who studied it for a long time, someone who has immense wisdom. You'll hear this phrase a lot. Can you repeat that? Can you say that again? And my teacher, Stephen Jenkinson from the Orphan Wisdom School, he would always say, no, I'm not going to say that again because you didn't get it the first time I said it, but I will say it differently. And I'm a huge fan of this, you guys, because it's what makes sense to us as humans. And it's also what makes sense in marketing, right? You need to hear the same damn thing 10 different ways. So whether you do that in your content or whether you do that with a small piece of information, right? So for example, the one I shared today on my personal profile of it takes 7 times of following up with someone before they buy your program, your product, your service. That's one way to say it. Here's another way. You need to get your thing in front of somebody 7 times before they're excited about purchasing it. Here's another way. Tell somebody one-on-one how amazing your program is and why they need it 7 different times. Silly, small example, right? But how can you take one piece of content that you have, This is your challenge. Should you choose to accept it, take one piece of content and fucking rework and remold that thing until you've said the same damn thing 7 different ways. So you can do this in your marketing, right? Create 7 different ways. You can also do it in the follow-up. If somebody likes your stuff, if somebody's showing up repeatedly, if somebody comments and says, hey, I'm interested, they're interested, follow up with them. Especially for you projectors, I see you. Don't go telling me, I've got to wait for the invitation. No. People engaging with your content is the invitation. People telling you they're interested is the invitation. People showing up for your free masterclass, that is the invitation. They're interested in what you're doing. Now, they might not necessarily want to buy the specific thing you have, but they don't know and you don't know until you reach out and have a conversation. And I know that stuff is so scary, you guys. It's so scary. It's still scary for me. Every time I do it, every time I message someone and it's like, you participated in my thing and I think you might be interested in working with me. Are you interested? Would you like my tea? It's still scary. And some of you have received that from me, right? You've been on the receiving end of my follow-up. And I have gotten good feedback that no one feels like I'm pushy, like I'm chasing them down, like I'm scaring them off. This is what I learned from my sales coach of you have to take a stand for people and say, hey, I believe in you and I believe in your business and I think what I have can help you. Are you interested? If you're not, totally cool. If you are, awesome, let me tell you more. I have some women in my mastermind, one I can think of in particular, that I followed up with probably 20 times. And this is because she told me she was interested. She said, man, I want to work with you. I'm interested. I'm scared. How many of you have heard that yet from your clients, from potential clients? I get that a lot in business coaching, right? Because it means so much when you invest in your business. And it means so much when maybe you've already invested $40,000 somewhere else. Maybe you already have coaches or programs, or you should be able to do it by now, right? So it's really scary investing in a next level. It's really scary reaching out sometimes because you know people who are good at sales, sometimes it's scary reaching out because you know they might sell you into it. I totally avoided my sales coach at a conference she led because I knew she was going to sell me into her mastermind, and oh my God, I did not want to spend that amount of money. But you know what? I totally spent money in her program because I needed it. And you should see the DMs with her follow-up to me. Are you in? Are you ready? You said you wanted this, but you're not taking the action. Are you ready? Are you doing this or what? And finally, it was just funny. It was just funny because it was like, damn it, I need your stuff. I want in. What's holding me back? All right, well, it's my own shit. It's my mindset, my fear. It's actual cash flow, right? Figuring it out. I've taken side gigs. I've put stuff on credit cards. I've paid them off fairly quickly. And if I'm interested in working with someone, I want to feel like I can trust them, right? I'm sure you're the same. You want to know you can trust the person you're working with, whether that's a shoe company you believe in, a home security system you believe in, a bed, right? There's all these beautiful online bed companies. You want to trust the product and service, or a business coach, or a Reiki master, or a tarot card reader, or a spiritual psychic medium, or a shaman. You want to know you can trust the person. How do you do that? Through that follow-up. Whether it's in your content and your copy of saying the same damn thing and being consistent again and again and again, or if it's in the DMs and being authentic and real and saying, yeah, let me ask more questions. Let me understand what you do. I think I have something that can help you. Would you like it? If the answer is no, cool, no problem. But more often than not, you guys, the answer is yes. Your people just need more follow-up. They need more care. They need more nurturing. They need to hear it 10 different ways. They need personalized attention, right? I believe in magnetic attraction through posting. Abso-freaking-lutely. It happens to me all the time. People message me at least once or twice a week now and say, I've been following you for years. I've been watching your content. I want in. How do we work together? That happens. And following up with people is important because there are people waiting to work with you and they might be scared. They might be unsure. And in your follow-up, you're giving them the opportunity to trust you. You're giving them the opportunity to see you in your authentic self as a human and to know that your shit's for them and that you can support them, right? That story makes me nervous. Which one? The sales coach one? Yeah, you needed it. Thanks, Angela. And yes, Kara, in your group totally counts. Yeah, and then, so the number one thing that I see is people share their offers once or twice and then they scrap it because they think, oh, well, nobody bit, nobody hit the purchase button, so it's not working. That's not how this works in the online business world. Not anymore. There's so much clutter. There's so many things going on. So how do you build a relationship, or how do you make your marketing and your content so freaking good that your people know that it's for them and that they need it and they can be supported by it? So part of that is the follow-up. Part of it's saying it a billion different ways, but following up in a way that's detaching from the outcome, right? Detach from that specific person saying yes, but follow up and enable them to say yes if they want to, right? So what is it? How do you make it more possible and plausible for your people to say yes? So selling your program or service, talk about it until you're afraid people are going to mute you, unfriend you, delete you, block you. Talk about it on your group, talk about it in your personal page, talk about it on Instagram, talk about it in your email newsletters. And if people unfollow you and unsubscribe, awesome, bless. Thank you for being clear that this isn't the thing for you. No problem. I used to freak out every time I got an unsubscribe. I don't click it anymore. I don't bother. It happens. I'm not worried about it. And there's a midway phase of like blessing each person for their clarity and choosing to unsubscribe, right? That's okay. Your shit's not for everybody. That's all right. That's a good thing. And we want to make sure that for the people it is for, you get your message in front of them often enough so that they know it's for them, right? So selling your program or service for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. I sold my mastermind until it sold out. The first time I did that, it took me 3 months, you guys. 3 months. 3 months. I freaked out a number of times. I thought, oh my God, nobody's going to buy this. No one's ever going to pay for it. And then I sold it out again this last month when I added some seats. In less than a month, I told myself I want to add 10 seats by the end of December. And my coach challenged me and said, how about now? And I thought, all right, okay, how about now? And I did. But a lot of it was in that follow-up, in having conversations with people, in figuring out what is the fear and what is the trust, what's the objection coming up, and how do I connect with someone in an authentic human way so that they know they're supported, or they know it's for them or not for them. I have a number of beautiful people who are like, yeah, it's not for me right now. No freaking problem. Whether that's because of income or because it's not the right container at the right time, awesome. Show up, get supported, be you, no big deal, right? But it's in the follow-up. It's in enabling, I gotta plug my computer in, enabling people to say yes. Because when people are saying yes, whether it's to a healing experience, a medicine journey, a coaching experience, it's enabling people to say yes to themselves, right? And I think that's where a lot of the fear comes in, that shit, if I actually invest and do the thing that I've been saying that I want to do, I'm going to be a different person. Yeah. That transformation can be really scary, whether it's going through something so you no longer have chronic pain, or going through something so that you now have a successful, thriving business. Because on the other end, of these 0K months are these $5,000 and $10,000 months, being full on clients and then thinking, shit, what do I do now? That happens. You're going to have a different set of problems than now. And that's great. That's freaking great. But that can be scary. The transformation can be scary. And you, as the coach, as the leader in your thing, you're no longer afraid of it, right? You've been there and you've done that. But we need to be talking to our clients and getting in front of our audience frequently enough to know what their fears still are, so that you can show up, say and share your content 7 different ways, and follow up 7 times. What would it look like to follow up with people 7 times? Are you tracking when you're following up with people? This is recruiter ninja technology, and this is some of what I teach in my mastermind, is tracking your follow-up. What did that person last December tell you about wanting to work with you? When did they say they wanted to be followed up with? What programs or services might actually be good for them? And then doing that, right? Now, that might be fun, that might be scary, that might be awesome. It just depends, right? Yay, hi, who am I without the story is a big thing. Yeah, there's a lot tied up in doing healing work, whether that's yoga, meditation, art, business coaching. Who am I going to be on the other side? Who am I without my pain? Who am I without the story of I have a business that doesn't work? I'm never going to make 100K, right? Yay, Melissa, thank you for sharing. There's a part of me that feels a tiny bit embarrassed to make the offer for the group program I want to design. Mostly if my old coworkers see it. No question there, just some transparency. Yeah, I hear you. I think there's a lot. There's a lot. Period. There's a lot in like what we're all doing in creating a healing or a spiritual entrepreneurship business is creating what we wish we would have had. And so part of it is going to people that are still experiencing the pain and the suffering and saying, hey, I found a way out of that. Would you like it? Like, can I help you? Would you like the red pill? Would you like to drink this vial instead? And it's scary because I know personally I was afraid of judgment, 100% afraid of judgment of, oh, well, you know, she quit her 9-to-5 job to start her own business, but I can't do that because of X, Y, and Z. Guess what? People are always going to say that. Doesn't matter if you're a freaking millionaire. Doesn't matter if you make 0 cents at all. It doesn't matter. There's always going to be people in the world that'll say, oh, well, she could do that, but I could never do that. That's fine. Your shit's not for them. Or your shit's for them once they get their ass in gear and realize, oh, it's my choice. I used to tell myself day in and day out, I can't make money while being a mom of small children. And like, that's okay. Or here's a big one. I can't make money and be a healer. How many of you have said that? I said that. And then I talked myself into not wanting money, right? Well, it's part of the capitalistic patriarchy paradigm, and clearly making money is bad. So I'll just be a wounded healer and make, $20,000 a year, and that'll be good enough. And over time, and massive amounts of training and unpatterning and talking to these fucking millionaire women and seeing what they do with their money and how they can change the world, and realizing, if I make more money, I can do more with it. I can give more scholarships into my programs. I can give more away for free. I can start a wildlife rehab facility. I can, a big thing I want to tackle right now is either creating or joining a coalition that is working on fighting the credit card companies for the amount of legislation against sex workers and against any industries that have to do with magic, with intuition, with intimacy. So I'm figuring that out. If anybody knows of coalitions of humans working towards that endeavor, hit me up. So making money can be a good thing, and the fear of judgment or the fear of people being like, yeah, that's cool, she can do that, but I can't do that. That's a real fear. It's a real fear. I had to work through a lot of that. I still work through it. I had some beautiful feedback right before this call. Someone was sharing with me that they think I'm a rock star, and they were talking about me in a group coaching call. And like that shit blows my mind. I don't think of myself that way. I'm just showing up. I'm just showing up and I'm doing the thing, and I'm trying to show you how you can do the thing so that you can make more money and help more people. Because I believe you get to have a business that nourishes and supports you and your family and the planet, and you get to make money all at the same time. But it took so much work for me to believe that and for me to step into this and share it. And the idea that somebody read my sales page 30 times before hitting the purchase button and that people are thinking of me as a rock star, like, blows my fucking mind. I'm actively working to embody that shit and show up in that way. And like, that's going to happen for you too. Where you are now isn't where you're going to be. One thing I tell my clients often is like, this is the least amount of money you're ever going to make. Welcome to the ground level. Because it only gets better from here, right? Because you're going to figure out the strategy that works for you. You're going to figure out the mindset practices that you need, whether that's through free work in this group, through coaching with me, through coaching with somebody else. You're going to figure that shit out. You're going to make offers and programs that light you up, and then get on the horn and sell the shit out of them because your people need it. Your people need it. That's why you're being sparked to make it and create it in the world. And yeah, it can be really scary to share our work because it's creative, it's divinely inspired, it's personal as fuck. Like, you guys aren't selling shoes or used cars. I say this often, but it bears repeating. Like, you're selling transformational containers. You're helping someone feel better in their body, in their spirit, feel more empowered, feel more juicy, lit up, excited, not have anxiety, not have depression. Yeah, that's intimidating to sell. In fact, I would argue that it is a serious act of rebellion to sell the work we're selling. So every time you hit post, act of rebellion. Smashing the patriarchy one fucking post at a time. I mean that. It is a rebellious act to show up and get paid and sell the programs and services you're offering, because you are a healer. You are a spiritual entrepreneur. You are a healing arts worker. You're a mentor. You're a guide. You're a leader. And that's why this shit feels scary and edgy. And it's why I built my mastermind program and my coaching program, because you deserve the support with it. That's why this group is here. You're not alone. There's over 500 other people in this group that are doing cool things, showing up, taking action, and selling their stuff one scared, terrified, excited post at a time. It's totally normal. I'm less scared now to share things, but my goal is to constantly share content that makes me a little nervous to share, right? How much can I peel back the curtain or the layers of what it takes, of how to build a business your way, of creating a life that you love? Because you get to do that. You totally get to do that. I went all over the board tonight, you guys. Ask me any questions that you can come up with. Feel free. I've got a couple more minutes of time, but the big thing I wanted to share is sell your program or service for at least 30, 60, 90 days. Really, really, really sell the shit out of it. If it's a course, great. Extend the deadline. Let people in 2 weeks after it started. If it's a one-on-one offering, badass, awesome. Sell the shit out of it. Show up. Repeat yourself until you're blue in the face. Share it again and again and again. And when you think they're going to come after you with torches and pitchforks, come into this group, send me a DM. Happy to support you. Hop into my mastermind wait list. I'll be opening spots next year. And know that you've got this. You're not alone. You're supported. And in order for people to buy your stuff, you have to sell it. Whether that's in the follow up, whether it's in magnetic content and copy, whether it's in networking, referrals, whatever it is, whatever your mix of strategy is for selling, you still have to sell it. You still have to get up on that pedestal, get up at that podium, and share it with the world. And I guarantee that when you do, as you do, it's going to feel more and more comfortable. You'll feel more and more at ease. It gets easier and easier. I'm still afraid someone's going to be like, Emily, you're taking up too much space. You're sharing too often. And we just need you to tone it down. We need you to tone it down. That hasn't happened in at least a year and a half. I lost some friends in the beginning. 100% I did, because they disagreed with me and something I posted. Oh well. I don't have time for people who want me to dim my shine, and I hope you don't either. I want to fan the flames of your shine all day long, because you deserve to be bright and shiny and a brilliant bonfire of awesome. Yeah. All right. Let me know if you guys have any other questions. I think the comments aren't loading in the way they should. Oh, look, I can refresh them. Let's see if that works, Facebook. And come here, join me every Monday, 8:30 p.m. Ask any questions. If you have topics you'd love to hear me talk about, ask those questions. You're amazing, and I'm glad you're here. Thanks for tuning in.